Hello, welcome to the Three Geeks podcast. My name is Jason. I am joined, as always, by Max, Dan, Rondell, Mike, and the trophy. Back by popular demand. A lot of people have requested it, and the trophy is back as its own.
Rondell probably requested it because he's an asshole.
I actually did not.
Bullshit.
I requested it.
Like I'm supposed to believe that.
All my fellow nerds out there, if you guys live near a giant eagle, you can go and grab some Ecto Cooler. It is just as amazing as it was when you were a kid. And on that note, Max, tell us about your fun voyage this weekend.
Yeah, I didn't get to do much this weekend because I had to drive down to Alexandria, Virginia to get a car. I rented a car, drove down there on Thursday night, spent the night there in a lovely Days Inn in Alexandria, Virginia. That was good. Then I had to, the car that I was picking up, it had no title and no key. So I had to go get the car, get some paperwork to start the day, then take that paperwork to the impound lot, and they gave me some more paperwork, and then I had to take that down to the DMV, and then after I got the title and everything from the DMV, I got to take the car to the Toyota dealership to get a key made, and then get an oil change and everything. By the time everything that got done, it was like 6 o'clock, and I started my journey back, and that was really cool. I got to drive in and near Washington D.C. on 4th of July weekend, which I recommend anybody does. I really do. It is an enlightening experience, and I think
in a stolen car.
I think and it's, the car. Okay, now the car didn't have a title or a key. It was stolen, just not by me or the people I bought it from.
A stolen car.
I can guarantee that the car was not stolen by me or the people I bought it from, because it was the government that I bought it from. So, okay, so maybe it was stolen by the people I bought it from.
Yeah.
But that's technically a legal thing.
You know, when you started that, I was going to say, hey, I would have given you a ride, but then hearing the rest of the story, I don't know now.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I also don't recommend sleeping in a 2003 Toyota Camry. It's not pleasant. Just I had to catch a nap, and then when I woke up, I wish I hadn't have took the nap. You know, it was one of the but I made it back, and the car runs, and it's not a total piece of shit. So good things, right?
Nice. So this weekend, I've noticed a lot of Bruce Willis straight-to-DVD movies popping up in my local Walmart, but I have not had the urge to watch one of them. But I was with my daughter, we were at Walmart, and I'm passing by the DVD rack, and I see Zach Morris and Bruce Willis on a DVD cover. So I stopped, and I looked at it, read the back of it. It sounded like a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie or a Steven Seagal movie. So I go home, and I'm pondering on it a little bit more. I'm like, Liz, we got to go back to Walmart. I have to rent this movie. Redbox has it. So we went there. Redbox had it. I rented it. I took it home. I put it in, expecting it to be as bad as it was. Like, I had no extreme high expectations for this film by any stretch of the imagination. And I watched it. And anytime Zach Morris is in a film and that is your best actor, I don't know what to say, but the sniper in the movie was so wooden, and Bruce Willis has fucking given up. Like, this guy can't act. Like, he has shown that he can act, and in this movie, he's reading lines like this: I can't believe you shot my guy. It's like, come on, man, you're not even trying.
It's funny, you remember him in The Fifth Element when, whenever Chris Tucker is around, he's like, hey, Corbin Dallas is the word of the day. And he says one fucking thing, so now his whole acting career is boiled down to that. That's pretty weird.
It is, and I didn't hate the movie. I didn't like the movie. It was just whatever. It was an '80s action movie with worse acting than Dolph Lundgren. So that says anything. Except for Zach Morris was better than any of those guys.
I must break you.
Bruce Willis turned down Expendables 3 to make films like this. It just kind of makes you just wonder. But anyway, I'm going to let these guys talk about Game of Thrones for a second. So, Max, kick it off. How was the season of Game of Thrones, and how do you feel about there only being 13 episodes left?
I'm so sad that there's only 13 episodes left. This season was fucking balls to the wall. It was my favorite season by far. It was just a lot of good stuff. Even Dan, who had gave up on the show, he came back to the show just because of how good this season was. And no, it was excellent. We had an hour-long Fancy Chairs episode about it. Like, we talked about all the goodness in the last episode there. But yeah, dude, a bunch of good stuff's happened. Everything's going crazy. You don't know where anybody's really at. Like, they got a lot of the dragons are looking awesome. Dragons are just fucking shit up. Fucking Jon Snow, Dan. What else we got in there?
Oh, you got Lady Mormont. I love Lady Mormont.
Oh, dude, Lady Mormont's the shit.
It's great to see people get kicked in the balls by a 12-year-old. Yeah. Metaphorically, although I would watch the show if she was actually running around kicking people in the balls. That'd be great. Yeah.
Trophy? What were you digging about? You didn't get to make it on Fancy Chairs, Trophy.
No, Trophy was asleep. I think the Trophy has
what happened, Trophy? You got nothing to
Trophy's
say?
not asleep. Trophy is having technical difficulties.
That is the Three Geeks way.
Really liked this season. It was, as Max said, balls to the walls, and just rewatching the finale, and it is just amazing.
Yep, had a lot of fun.
I gotta ask you guys though. Game of Thrones is, before we get to Game of Thrones has always been 10 episodes a season, right?
Yes.
How do you feel about them splitting up 13 episodes amongst 2 years?
It's terrible. It's fucking terrible. I want them to have. They should have like 30 episodes over the next 2 seasons. That would be pretty awesome.
So,
I think it's ridiculous. They should have way more. There's so much more they could do with this. Just jam it all into 13.
But I mean, like, I feel like also, or Dan, sorry.
Oh.
How do you?
Yeah, I don't like it. They need to have more. Like they could do. I don't know. I think the whole whatever they're gonna do, like maybe 10 episodes and then.
No, I think they're doing
6 or then
6 and then 7 or
6 and
7
7.
and 6. Yeah.
Or 5, 4, and 3. I don't know. Yeah, it just kind of messes with the whole groove. I don't know. I am not pleased.
Mike, how drunk did you get during the finale of Game of Thrones with Game of Booze, and how do you feel about them splitting up 13 episodes amongst 2 years?
I was pretty loaded, yeah. Especially after the first scene when Cersei pretty much godfathered everybody.
Dude.
As soon as I saw that the barrels were glowing green, I'm like, oh, damn it, I got to get a bunch of beers ready because I'm going to down a bunch.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
from there on out, like, I was having a blast with it. Even unexpected surprise. I wasn't anticipating Arya showing up again. Like, I thought pretty much like, okay, her story for the season's been told, and we'll just pick up with her again next season. That was a pleasant surprise to kind of see that, okay, we'll get right into it. We'll get right into that list business again. The Jon Snow stuff, I kind of called that was going to get addressed in this episode. What else? Finally, she's crossing that damn ocean, and that kind of ties into my thoughts on the limiting episode numbers. Because if she's finally crossing that damn ocean with her army and stuff, you don't want that battle to drag out more than needed. So 13 episodes, I feel, yeah, that could be a good enough amount to wrap things up, and who knows, let her have her moment to be Queen of Westeros as well as Queen of Mother of Dragons. Yeah, that's all I got. I was kind of disappointed we didn't have any Lady Stoneheart, but we got 13 episodes. Maybe she'll show up, maybe not. Who knows?
I think they said that they're definitely not doing Lady Stoneheart.
All right, well, it's no big. It's not like a deal breaker for me that she doesn't show up, but I thought it would have been kind of a cool cliffhanger thing to leave off on. But whatever.
From what I've been able to gather is the showrunners, I believe, wanted next season to be the final season, and HBO went to them and said, can we do it this way? And they said, sure. So they only wanted to do 10 more, but they negotiated with HBO to do 3 more, from what I've been able to gather. But I mean, it's good. I think it's good for shows to have an end date. Like Breaking Bad, I think one of the reasons it will go down as one of the greatest shows of all time is because it didn't stretch it out too far. Yeah, so Game of Thrones can do that too, right?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely gotta, leave them wanting more and just know when to get out of your own way. And it's okay for things to end. You gotta like come up with something new. And HBO has never been, like they always have good stuff. So I'm not, I'm sad to see Game of Thrones go. It's been a great ride, and it's gonna be over soon. But it's still gonna be 2 years to get to the end of this thing. So we still, we've got a lot of good stuff to look forward to.
Yes, we do. And speaking of good stuff to look forward to, Wreck-It Ralph 2 is coming. Disney announced this week that they are making the sequel, and it is due to come out in 2018. Mike, your thoughts?
Whatever. I thought the first Wreck-It Ralph was okay. They could have done hopefully if they do a sequel, they do a lot more with that premise than just keep it in Sarah Silverman land and annoy the shit out of me. I would want to see something a little bit more ambitious than what we got with the first Wreck-It Ralph. Like, it promised the idea of game jumping. Let's actually game jump. Get as many intellectual properties under this, film as possible so we can game jump into actual Street Fighter or game jump into, I don't know, what's big right now. Like, what's the story going to be from here? It's like Wreck-It Ralph finds himself on a PS4 or something like that. I don't know. But fine, whatever. Disney's gonna sequel it up, I'm sure. I don't care really. Max.
I actually really liked Wreck-It Ralph. I had a lot of fun with that movie. I think, as long as it was a pretty simplistic story, and I see how Sarah Silverman could get on one's nerves, but maybe he'll ditch her for another sidekick, and maybe it's Wreck-It Ralph gets on the internet or something. And I don't know, fucking.
That better be a hard fucking R then, or.
It's gonna be the response to freaking
Sausage Party.
Sausage Party.
Oh, speaking of Sausage Party, this was not on the roster, but they accidentally showed the restricted trailer for Sausage Party at the beginning of Finding Dory.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
awesome. Yes, how awesome is that?
All right, sorry, Max. You continue.
No, it's all good. I don't even know what I was saying. I was just so happy about all those fucked up little children.
I'm actually on the other side of Max with this. I guess I'm the Max of this. Wreck-It Ralph to me it's not why it's nowhere near as bad, but it's a lot like Pixels where it's got a really good premise, but I just didn't feel like it was executed quite as well as it could have been. And I really hope that they use this sequel. I've heard rumors of Mario joining in the sequel and stuff. Like Mike said, have them jump a little bit more, and I think it's got a good premise. You could do a lot with it, so I really hope that they find it and ride it.
That's what I was going to get to. I was like, well, now that if Wreck-It Ralph had a decent amount of success, the first one, then now maybe they can afford to get some of the other guys on board to get more characters in the games and more of the game styles. Because there's there's money to be made here. It's not Pixels.
Rondell?
Well, unless he's going to hang out with the Double Dragon Brothers or,
Billy and
Ninja
Jimmy.
Gaiden.
Zelda.
Yeah, even Zelda. I mean,
What if it's like a Smash Brothers style game or a Marvel vs. Capcom style game?
What do you care about Smash Brothers, man?
Smash Brothers is shit. You don't like Smash Brothers?
I could care less. You asked me my opinion. I gave it to you. I could care less. Well,
I'm just saying, maybe that's the premise of the game, though. Like, Wreck-It Ralph is in it with all these other people, and it's like a bunch of different, properties you can bring in and have some sort of arena fighting deal go down.
Make a Smash Brothers movie with the people who directed the raid.
Yes.
Dan?
It'd be an awful tie-in game, though, because then they'd actually have to make it.
Oh,
It'd be
man.
worse than the Wreck-It Ralph game that they already made. Yeah, I think the problem with having more and more games is getting, the okay to use the IPs of all those different companies. Because it's not like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which was hard enough to get, both Disney and
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers, thank you. Yeah, I mean, so many people own those. I think it would be a major problem getting them all together. And
Well, I
Finn
mean-
fell out again, so I just don't care.
The first one did have a decent amount of at least cameos of characters.
Yeah.
I thought, and it does suck that they couldn't go into an actual Mass Effect or Halo game and to interact with the characters for the main story, but maybe it won't have to, maybe it won't be so bad because I however many deals they had to make the last time, they really only have to make a few more, and they just have to be you have to be able to do a bit more with the characters. So I don't know. I don't think it'll
I
be
got it. Do whatever you got to do. Get Altered Beasts on it.
Oh, there you go.
Well, Sega will pretty much do anything, so that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, come on now.
You already got Sega, Capcom, and Namco. So
You see,
there you go.
that's working. That's progress. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this thing.
Man, that was wow. So they have named the Star Trek J.J. Abrams timeline is officially called the Kelvin timeline. I don't think this is necessary because I don't think we're going back to the old timeline, are we? Or maybe the new show will take place in the old timeline.
Who cares?
I care. I'm a Star Trek guy. We learned that at that cookout we had. Remember, Max?
Oh yeah.
Poor
wow,
Max.
That was pretty weird, dude. I gotta say.
Me and Max were having a friendly conversation, and I like Star Trek a little bit better than Star Wars. Max likes Star Wars better than Star Trek, and then he started to raise his voice just a little bit, and then out of nowhere came 3 other people that were like, "Yeah, Star Wars sucks," and then Max just backs up.
I'm sorry.
Quietly.
I apologize. I was like, wow, I didn't realize I was in hostile territory. Wouldn't have raised my voice.
But I mean, anybody think that this is really information that
Really?
needed to be put out in the public, Mike?
By a bunch of ladies, no doubt.
Nice.
I don't know. Is Kelvin significant in Star Trek lore?
In the new series,
That's the name of.
Oh, that's Thor's ship, right? That
Yeah.
Thor
Yeah.
died on. Yeah. Cool. I mean, it makes sense that they would call it that because that's where shit went askew, right? So, fine, cool. Just make the next one fun. I don't care. Sorry, I'm being very Rondellish right now. Rondell.
Yeah. Jeez.
Rondell is a guy who just saw Star Trek for the first time, 4 months ago? How do you feel about them naming this
I don't
timeline?
care what the hell the timeline's name is.
That's just what you
Make a
call.
movie.
That's what you call just a really slow news week. That they're just like, let's
Yeah,
name
yeah.
the timeline.
You gotta name the timeline.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, technically, since it's split off right at the moment where the Kelvin exploded.
So, does this mean instead of saying star date, whatever, it's going to be Kelvin date?
No, there's still.
Well, no,
Stardate.
they'll still
Yeah.
say Stardate. It's just in the Kelvin universe,
Yeah.
which is separate than the one where Spock wears the scary Fu Manchu and
Yeah.
tries to blow shit up.
I like that universe better.
Oh yeah, that's great. Everybody's sporting awesome beards and
Oh,
just
man,
shooting
yeah.
crap.
What I find interesting about this news is, Star Wars has been in the news a lot with, the Rogue One reshoots and everything. And it's just like Star Trek's like, oh, let's put something out there. Just make something up. Kelvin universe. There we go. Let's go. That's all it says to me is, yeah, we just want to be relevant right now. But
Well, they were relevant for a while because one of their actors died. But
Yeah,
that's true. Maybe they
That's-
wanted something like
that's
happy.
the wrong kind of relevance.
Yeah. I mean,
I look forward to the dislikes on that one.
do you think that's gonna drive the numbers up?
Aw.
I'm just saying, that.
It will.
It's
It
like
will.
a Heath Ledger
It's
effect.
box office. Of
Everybody
course it
want to see what they do with it.
Yeah. People love tragedy. As much as they don't want to admit it, they love tragedy.
That being
Anyway,
said, I saw Green Room and Anton Yelchin's awesome in it. So watch Green Room. It's got
Oh,
its own
yeah.
universe.
I kind of want to see that.
It's got Chekhov against an evil skinhead Picard. That's a
Nice.
Star Trek universe waiting to happen.
Yeah, what do you name that universe?
I'm about to do a plug for Mike's channel. Do you want to know how good this Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition is? Go to youtube.com/MikeMcGTV. Find out if it makes the movie that much better or not.
Why? I haven't put a video of that yet.
Oh, where did I see it? It was a Facebook post. You posted on Facebook.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
I
wait a
said,
week and then
yeah.
go there.
Bottom line, if I do a video of it, here's the bottom line for anyone who wants the abridged version. Some stuff makes more sense. It's still a crap movie.
Yeah, I heard it's some of it's more cohesive, and some of the plot stuff is okay, but it's still the same movie. So if you have an issue with the ending and them high-fiving that Martha is the mom, that
Yeah, Martha Club.
My mom was
still
named
there.
Martha.
But
They're gonna go build a treehouse and start the
Yay.
Martha Club.
tonight's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/3geeks for all of your audiobook needs. You can listen to it. You can hey, Dan, did you ever find out that the racist James Bond was on Audible?
It is.
It is?
It is.
If you want to be awkward at work, check out the James Bond books.
Go get Live and Let Die. That'll be hilarious.
Yeah, I know. I forgot the
I heard that they had Mein Kampf on there.
Jesus.
Ah,
I know you can get Darth Vader reading the Bible.
I know you can get Johnny Cash reading the Bible.
Nice. There's something just about Darth Vader, like as God.
Darth Vader is a little more badass.
I know.
I don't know.
Darth Vader as God saying, "I am your father" to Jesus. Like, who wouldn't want to read that?
That's true.
Listen to that.
Or Mufasa as God saying,
Yeah.
"I am your father" to Jesus.
Everything the light touches.
Makes more sense because he was talking about the circle of life. So maybe Mufasa was secretly God.
Huh.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, now we all have to contemplate life. Anyway, our Kevin Smith Love Fest continues with Clerks 2 and Jersey Girl. Also, I do want to comment on Rondell and Dan's flux capacitor they have.
Fine.
Hey.
For real though. Like, what are we doing?
They want to call Doc. It's going to get up to 88 miles per
Oh
hour.
my goodness, does the trophy really need a pair of headphones? Like, you guys can...
Yes, that's funny. Look at the
I
trophy.
wasn't going to stop your
talk
modern
shit.
art.
Alright.
See, now it falls out.
Like, it doesn't even have ears, though.
All right, anyway, Clerks 2.
Hey, those are mine! Give them back!
Clerks 2 is, oh my god, this movie is amazing. Like, I always forget how funny Kevin Smith films are until I watch them, and this movie has some big scenes. Wanda Sykes in the Randall scene with the porch monkeys was hysterical, and the Lord of the Rings scene was also hysterical.
Yeah, when he rips that dude a new one.
Oh my god, it is so good. But Max, take us into Clerks 2.
Clerks 2. I didn't get to watch either of these movies. I'm ashamed. I failed as a podcast.
But you've seen them before.
But I have seen them. I just don't remember, like, all the points, so I'm probably not the person to take us into Clerks 2. I do like Rosario Dawson in this movie. Was fucking awesome. I thought she fit right into the View Askew universe, and she was pretty cool. Jay and Silent Bob, just doing it up, still doing their thing, hanging out. The donkey scene was in this one.
Pickle fucker.
No, there's a lot of good stuff in this one, and like everyone was afraid. I was definitely afraid. Like, it's been so long since Kevin Smith has made Clerks that he's making Clerks 2, and you're just like, is it gonna have the same feel? Is it gonna do this one in black and white? Is it gonna do it in color? There's a lot of different stuff, and it all worked out. It's such a great film. I had a lot of fun. It was really funny. Yeah, I really liked it a lot. Trophy?
I really like Clerks 2. It is one of my favorites. And as you guys already mentioned, the One Ring to rule us all, that's pretty good. There's just so many funny things in that stupid thing. I can't even talk. This is too funny for even words. Rondell?
What's going on with your voice there,
I
Trophy?
can't tell you the last time I saw Clerks 2, so I'm pretty useless in this segment.
Dan?
Yeah, a couple episodes ago, I said that Mallrats was my favorite. that I had forgotten about Clerks 2. And they would be equal, but for the scene where Jay crawls into the drive-in window singing King Diamond, like towards the beginning. That is like the greatest thing in the whole movie. That and the Donkey Show. But yeah, I'm gonna have to say that this is my favorite Kevin Smith movie.
Man, Wanda Sykes is amazing in this movie. Like, she is so funny. She's only in it for like 30 seconds. And, Randall doesn't know what he's saying. He has no idea that it's a racial slur. And then she's just, oh my God. And the guy that's playing off of her in the movie, he's like, honey, you're a churchgoer. And she's like, there ain't nobody here from my church. He's like, fuck you.
No, I have been to Thailand, and I will neither confirm nor deny whether I have seen an actual donkey show, and they're not ever worth it. Don't do that. That's bad stuff. Donkey shows are bad. Just want to let everyone know that. The bad news.
Thanks for putting it out on the internet that you may or may not have gone. By you saying that,
Neither
that means that you've
confirm
gone.
nor deny.
Mike!
We all know. It's half the battle.
Clerks 2.
I like Clerks 2 quite a bit. I think it's very funny. What I like about it is that actually, I was thinking about it a little bit, is that you could actually watch Clerks 2 without having seen the first Clerks and be just as engaged in it. It doesn't rely so much, other than Dante and Randall's chemistry, it doesn't rely so much on you having a wide breadth of knowledge of Kevin Smith's other movies, and also Jay and Silent Bob. My favorite parts of it are very Jay and Silent Bob related, like the punchline to Jay lip syncing "Goodbye Horses." That's an image that doesn't leave your brain really quick. And then when Randall and Dante are kind of having it out, and they go out the back, and Jay and Silent Bob are there. Jay's like, "Man, I got public piss syndrome, so you gotta be quiet," and stuff, like, while he's trying to take a piss back there. And then Dante just slams the door, like, outright, and smacks Jay in the face, and just the scream that Muse elicits, like, "What the fuck?" Having this fight, and then Rosario Dawson follows out. The same thing happens to him. It's just like, just slapstick like that kind of resonates with me in this film a lot more than in other Kevin Smith movies. Wanda Sykes is funny. I love Ben Affleck's 1 second of screen time in this as the perturbed customer. And yeah, it's kind of a fun movie. It's a silly, stupid, raunchy romp, but I also like the discussion they have at the end when they're in the jail cell. Like, it's really heartfelt. That's where kind of the investment in this universe pays off. If you've been following these movies up until that point, their emotional, like, character story arc gets paid off a little bit in that. And I'm kind of curious if he is going to ever do his Clerks 3, where can he go from there? Because I felt it kind of all's well that ends well with him, but who knows?
Yeah, I was watching this movie, and something that I think Kevin Smith really hit on the head, maybe that's why he hasn't really done another movie like this, is he really mixes the over-the-top, gross-out humor and a heartfelt story very, very well in this film. And like you said, it pays off at the end so well. And if you have followed these characters up through this point, it's more emotional, and I think he really pulls that off. And I don't know their names. I'm Jeff Halloran, and I don't know the other guy's name, but Dante and Randall, the actors, do such a good job for two people that are only in Clerks and small parts in the rest of Kevin Smith movies, as far as I know. Like, especially Randall. It's a shame that this guy has not done more. He is really, really funny. And I hate to keep harping on this Wanda Sykes thing, but it's so funny. Like, her husband goes to pick up the food, and she's like, "I don't want any of this cracker hate moggers food." And he's like, "Baby, you can't taste racism."
Just so you know, Brian O'Halloran, who plays Dante, has been in other movies outside of Kevin Smith movies. He was in The Happening by M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, God.
Jesus, was he? Poor bastard.
But at least he wasn't the hot dog man.
Oh, man.
I would have loved it more if he was the hot dog man.
Jesus. Follow that up with hold on, let's talk about this Lord of the Rings thing again, because this is a perfect like capsule of this particular time, because there was people like debating whether Lord of the Rings or Star Wars was better, and like Randall just really gives it to this guy, and he's like, what the fuck happened to this world? There's only one return, and it ain't of the king, it's of the Jedi. Like his whole rant, I fell out of my chair. It was so funny. But Kevin Smith followed this film up with Jersey Girl. Actually, I think Jersey Girl was prior to this, but I wanted to talk about this because it fit in with the other 5 that we just watched. Upon rewatch, I don't know if it's because of expectations lowered over the years, because I had only seen Jersey Girl once prior to this, and I think George Carlin is hysterical in this movie. I don't care what anybody says. Every time he is on the screen in this film, I was laughing. Like, when he's out collecting the trash, and Ben Affleck's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm looking for Christ. What the fuck does it look like I'm doing? I thought that was really funny. And just a lot of the scenes with Carlin especially really stands out in this movie. And even Ben Affleck, like, who the fuck cares about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? He's a 2-bit, he's not even worth the ink you're writing this down. We all know what happened with Will Smith after that. I thought that was really funny too. And Will Smith shows up in this movie at the end. It's pretty funny too. Max, have you seen Jersey Girl?
No, not ever.
You just made vomiting noises like you had seen it.
Yeah, but I felt like I didn't have to watch it because I'd heard how terrible it was, and I was like, I don't need another Chasing Amy in my life.
I think it's good for Carlin, especially.
Alright, well, maybe I'll give it a watch. I didn't realize George Carlin had such a big part in it.
Yeah,
He's usually got like a cameo, but
it's a big part.
That's cool.
Dan?
I'm going to side with Max.
You haven't seen it?
I have never seen this movie.
Rondell, have you seen Jersey Girl? Anybody do their homework? I know Mike has seen Jersey Girl.
We do our homework.
Mike and I did our homework.
Yeah, I've seen Jersey Girl once and didn't feel the need to rewatch it for reasons. Yeah, it's kind of limp. It's very limp-wristed rom-com stuff for the most part. I'll agree George Carlin is kind of fun. I do buy him in this father-grandfatherly role. I love the fact that they do a production of Sweeney Todd for like this school play. And it's kind of hilarious to see Ben Affleck really get into this school play at the end. Yeah, this is at that weird time where everyone was all about, what was their Benifer, Balo,
Yeah.
whatever. So it is kind of weird probably to revisit it and to see Jennifer Lopez show up in weird flashback nightmare dream sequences. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, this was his first outside of his shared universe thing to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's par for the course, which these days is, I mean, recently means it's not going to be that great if it's par for the course. It's not too terrible. It's not great. It's just kind of there. And that's kind of how I felt about a lot of his other outside his universe or outside of his own mythology stuff. Like Cop Out, I don't think it's god-awful. I don't think it's wonderful. It's just kind of there. So, fine. Whatever. It's Jersey Girl.
Yeah, if you're a Carlin fan, it's worth checking out, I think. At least for a one watch.
I miss Carlin.
Yeah, so do I. I've said that today. I really do miss George Carlin. He was a really funny guy. But, next week, we are doing Cop Out, as Mike mentioned, and a comedy that I really, really, really like, Zack and Miri Make a Porno, which brings the actor who plays Randall back in with Kevin Smith, and he is really funny in this movie, and Jason Mewes is in this movie, too, and I like it a lot. And it's got the guy that reminds me of Max in it, too.
Who, Craig Robinson?
yes, he does. Just because of some of the rants he goes on reminds me of Max's rants, but, yeah. So those are the two we're doing next week, and then we get into Kevin Smith's weird phase, which is Red State, and a movie I've never seen, and I'm saving it for this podcast. Tusk. I don't know if I'm ready to watch it. I don't know if my wife is ready to watch it.
No, it'll probably mess Liz up.
Do you think so?
I think she'll be terrified forever. She's not going to be the same person coming out of the movie.
I hope
it's not as bad.
I've heard
it's really not that bad.
I've heard that final image of, because we all know he turns into a walrus at the end, but that final image of that is just very disturbing, and it stays with you for quite a while.
I mean, like, he's There's no way to like explain it using words. It's one of those things like you have to see. It's not even like really like high budget. It's half the reason that it's so like I don't want to say terrifying, but like it's just like remarkable. It's just because of like how just odd it all looks put together.
There are two schools of thought about this most recent Kevin Smith set of movies. It's going to be either, well, I'm happy that at least he's making movies that he wants to make. Like these are purely just for shits and giggles. He and his buddies had a weird idea and they wanted to go with it. Cool, express yourself. The other argument's going to be, dude, Kevin Smith needs to stop smoking so much pot. Like
Oh my God.
You're going to fall in either one of those.
You can see it in his career, though, because it was when he made Zack and Miri with Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen's the one who turned him into a stoner, because he had never smoked pot before. So he says. I mean, I don't know why he would lie about it. But he says that movie turned him into a stoner. And after that movie, we got Red State, Tusk, and now we're getting Yoga Hosers, which that movie looks funny.
I really like Red State. I did not realize that was a Kevin Smith movie.
Red State's really good.
Yes, Red State is good. It's messed up, too.
But, yeah, no, that's definitely messed up.
But we're not going to get into that right now. We'll save that for
Girl.
2 weeks from now. Jersey Girl. Check it out if you're a Carlin fan. Or if you're a Carlin fan, don't want to watch Jersey Girl, go to Hulu, because they have just dropped all of George Carlin's specials on there that you can watch.
Nice.
And
I will check that out.
worth the time.
The first half is good.
I don't know. I like some of his later stuff. Some of his later stuff has really good bits in it.
Mm.
My favorite sketch of his is the 4 prisons, where he's talking about building the 4 walls around the 4 different states and moving like the sexual predators into one state and like the murderers into the other state, and then once a month for like 30 seconds you open the doors and let them kind of intermix and start breeding, and it's pretty funny. Carlin was a genius. If you're watching us live, please live tweet us at 3 Geeks Podcast. Give us any questions, comments, whatever. We'd like to address them. And in 2 weeks we have, or maybe next week we have Jason from Never Ending Radical Dude coming on. And 2 weeks from now we have Domo Batman making his first appearance on the podcast. And if you're watching as Domo Batman, we'd really like you to come on as Domo Batman. Please make that happen for us. It would make Max's day, seriously. And Sean Forney, I believe, will be joining us for that podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And Dan, do we have anything in video game news?
There's not really a whole lot of video game news. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, E3 kind of happened.
What's that?
E3 kind of happened.
Yeah. E3 happened, and now you have a whole bunch of angry fanboys that are still arguing. My system's better. No, my system's better. And then everything went on sale, or is going on sale. Xbox's sale starts tomorrow. PlayStation started their 5 weeks or 4 weeks of sales last week, and the giant Steam sale. So go pick yourself up something new. That's all I got.
Nice. Philip, you have anything for us? No. Sorry.
Are people still playing that game?
What game?
That game! World of Warcraft!
The game that you're playing.
Overwatch?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of people? I'm thinking about getting it.
They're adding competitive mode this week, I think.
I was playing a lot of Battleborn, but like it's forever hard to get
I
on.
couldn't get into Battleborn. Although Titanfall, I just started playing. Oh, actually, I've got video game news.
There we go.
Boom!
The other day, all right,
Segue.
the new Halo 5 expansion came out, and I was like, I picked up Halo 5 a couple months ago. I haven't put it in yet, so I go in there and I put it on multiplayer, and I felt so old because the game doesn't make any damn sense. It's like there's no tutorial. I haven't played online Halo since 2, so I go there. I think I'm leveling up. I'm just leveling up my requisitions that I can pick up every time, but it doesn't matter because some dude's gonna kill me. And then that's video game news. Go try Halo 5. It's freaking hilarious.
Did you pick up XCOM?
Yeah.
I just played that for the first time.
It's really good. I told you.
It's all right, man.
I
still don't know if I like that style of game though.
It's worth shelling out to get the Enemy Within, which has the base game and the expansion for the Xbox 360 that works on the Xbox One. It just has more shit.
Did we talk about the dude on the Flash? The Draco Malfoy is going to be on the Flash.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Did we talk about that already?
We're talking about it right now.
Okay.
Yeah, segues, people.
Segue! Max, extending the podcast 5 more minutes.
I mean, like, that was on the list, wasn't it?
It was on the list.
I'm not like a crazy stupid person.
No,
we should fucking talk about the shit that's on the list, right?
I make cuts sometimes for time.
For time.
We need a picture of an old lady on a Segway. we can just like put up for Segway.
I know Mike's got thoughts on
who's
this.
time? Are we getting kicked out of here?
No, we're fine. Mike, your thoughts
Let's talk
on
about
this?
it.
That's what we're doing. Mike, I know you have thoughts. Give us thoughts.
Yeah, so Tom Felton, Draco's going to be on the Flash season 3 as another. I think he's supposed to be a forensic scientist for the police department, like Barry, I think, and he'll have his own arc and stuff. I really hope it's a character that doesn't turn out to be an asshole, like all Tom Felton roles end up being. So, because I want to see the dude actually play a role where he's just either a nice guy or a normal guy who has no evil agenda in mind. Because everything I've seen him in so far, I mean, yeah, he's an evil brat in the Potter movies. He's a sniveling kind of brat with evil agenda in The Apparition. He's the guy who you thank Tom Felton for the Planet of the Apes because he's the reason why Caesar goes ape shit finally. I would just like to see Tom Felton do something other than be the resident science fiction asshole in something. So please give me an interesting character, Tom Felton, that I can kind of invest in a little bit here. But most likely he'll end up being someone evil, the way the show is kind of setting up people in this series, is that they start out looking good, but then all of a sudden halfway through the season, boom, they're not who they say they are. He'll probably end up being like new Reverse Flash or something like that, since the timeline's all messed up. Like it's no longer Harrison Wells' Reverse Flash that we knew and loved. It's going to be he's the new Reverse Flash who's Barry's age or whatever. I don't know. Max?
I'm down. I guess. I'm not gonna. I can't say that I've ever seen this kid in anything that's gonna make me. I haven't seen The Apparition, so I've only seen him as a shitty little kid in the Harry Potter movies. So yeah, I hope he's got better chops than that. I wouldn't even say he's a good shitty little kid. I didn't buy it when he was doing that. So hopefully, yeah, he's doing something different, and I don't know. He's actually a solid actor.
One of two things needs to happen. They either need to put him in a situation where he says Potter, or they need to give him a scene with Gorilla Grodd where he's like, "Get your damn hands off me, you damn dirty ape."
Yeah, I'd be down for the Gorilla Grodd thing. I can't imagine how they're gonna work a Potter in there.
I got it.
It's like we're looking for our suspect. Oh, I think his profession is he's a Potter. There you go. Boom.
What is a Potter nowadays?
Pay me, CW. I'm writing your scripts for you.
No. See, if they tell him to go grab that plant over there, and he just goes potted, and they just do the whole episode like it's something close to Potter, but not quite.
I don't know about all that. But,
yeah, come on.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
sure, why not? Because I wanted to bring the hockey stick or something into Daredevil. So if I can get a hockey stick in Daredevil, you guys can get Draco Malfoy yelling Potter in the Flash. I'm not gonna hate on you. But I mean, we need a Fulton Reed or a Mixer Ducksworth or a quack in Daredevil. They got to do it one time.
Or maybe he wears a shirt that says Bash
more.
Brother.
Yeah, man, something.
So I'm thinking about doing this new show on our podcast channel, and I think we should start with the Mighty Ducks series called Throwback Thursday, where we watch something from our childhood and we find somebody who has never seen it, and we watch it together, and then we come on and we discuss it as adults looking back and as somebody new looking in. And I think the Mighty Ducks trilogy should be the first thing
Who
that we do.
hasn't seen the Mighty Ducks?
Anybody?
Me.
Dan, there we go.
Dan, you never seen the Mighty Ducks?
We are
Oh, God!
We have our
I
first
I just went along
episode
with
of
you
Throwback
guys.
Thursday.
I'm like, screw it.
I
Awesome.
don't know if I've seen all three, but I've seen.
Look for that in the next
Oh, dude,
2 to
the
3
first
weeks.
two at least you have to see.
All right,
You
well, you
love
gotta
it,
watch all
Dan.
3. It'll be fun. Maybe, hopefully, we can get us all together to do this. I'll talk
Yeah.
to Philip.
Perry White from Lois and Clark is the villain in the first one.
Oh God, this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it's great. It's a fucking classic, dude.
Rondell, you think the Mighty Ducks can get some words out of you?
Not really.
Really? Have you ever seen it?
Not even Ducks Fly Together?
I've seen bits of it.
Just say Ducks Fly Together one time.
A knuckle puck.
No.
All these moves that they do that would never actually work in a hockey game.
Dude, Rondell, Ducks Fly Together.
The flying V.
Come on, man. All right, say Flying V.
Get the trophy.
Like Flying V, like Randy Rhoads. Like,
Yeah, sure, why not?
no. Okay.
Rondell, do you watch The Flash?
No.
Okay. I don't either, so it's all right. I'm
You
there
watch
too.
this fucking Downton Abbey, dude.
I don't watch
Don't you
that.
Yes,
watch Downton
you do.
Abbey?
Yes, you do. Huh?
About 5 episodes in on Voltron.
No, that's a good
Voltron's
show.
Shit.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. Yeah, Downton Abbey. My wife just finished Downton Abbey.
Oh yeah, I bet you and your wife love Downton Abbey.
I've seen
Bullshit.
maybe
If your
10
wife
minutes
watches
of the whole
it, you
series.
watch it. I don't even care what you say.
Okay. I have nothing against Downton Abbey. I
Sure you
do
don't.
eventually want to
Love
watch
that
it because
shit.
I've heard nothing but good things.
Whatever, you don't have to lie for him, Liz. I know Jason loves that show.
Anyway, let's wrap this podcast up because now we're just on a rampage and everybody's like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Stupid Downton Abbey and Mighty Ducks. What the heck?
That's right. So tune in next Sunday. We'll be back at our regular time, 8 o'clock. We're working on doing some format changes to this podcast. Obviously, you saw today that there is some chaos going on. Philip will be back next week, and we will
That's what
be
we
in the
need.
same room
Philip
together.
will bring
too.
order to everything.
Keep order.
Maybe I'll get to talk about Draco Malfoy.
There you go. Check out Mike at youtube.com/MikeMcGTV. You can also find a bunch of written reviews that Mike has done, and also our friend Jason at www.neverendingradicaldude.com. Highly recommend checking out both those sites because we don't put any articles on our website, so I'm going to promote another website because I think they do a lot of great work. And
We're super good at that.
if you want to see our review from a year ago on the Babadook, you can go to 3geeks.ninja.
Hey, we got do we have the Sicario one out there?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
older than Dan's. I think Dan's the one who did
No.
the last review.
No, Sicario was newer.
Oh, there you go.
You can have that guy a little more,
Oh,
though, buddy.
you suck. I did the last one.
Nobody else wrote anything, so I didn't write anything else.
Anyway,
I was like,
do us
okay.
a huge favor. Go to our iTunes feed, just 3 Geeks Podcast. Hit the like button. It takes 2 seconds. Hit the like button below as you're watching us. And if you didn't like us, still hit the like button and then tell us how much you hate us in the comment section below.
And we'll
We
bring it
love-
up next week.
Oh, we will bring it up next week. But hey, they turned Mike Hunt from a hater to a lover.
Somehow.
So yeah,
I think the power of Voltron brought us all together.
that's right. From
Everybody
all of us
loves
at the
Voltron.
3 Geeks Podcast, have a great 4th of July. Thank you to all the veterans, and have a great night.